I think we can all agree that in the world we live in now, it is so easy to get caught into ruts, just not making the progress in life that we would like to. This happens to everyone, and it will eventually happen to you at some point in your life or certain periods of your life. Nothing in life is linear. You're always going to have ups and downs, and we have to learn when we find ourselves in a rut, not being able to get out of bed, we need to learn how to get out of this as quick as possible. Firstly, we must understand what a rut is. Now, a rut is simply just being in a position where you feel like you are stuck and your life is on a loophole that you just can't get over. I noticed there were a lot of changes, mentally, physically, emotionally. I didn't want to get out of bed. Nothing really made me happy. Nothing motivated me. The things that used to make me happy in my life no longer did. Every day was the same. I would wake up, I would go to work, watch YouTube videos in the background all day, just scrolling on my phone, TikTok, probably not making the best food choices, self-destructing food habit. I was going to the gym, but it was very minimal, and I wasn't putting in the work I would have. I was just making it there. I just wasn't myself. This was my life for months and months and months, and I just became more unhappy. I had to make a change. The first step, accepting that you are in a rut and not being in denial about it. It's kind of hard to admit it to yourself. And it took me a few months to actually sit there and go, do you know what? I am kind of messed up right now, and I do need to fix myself. And that's the first step, is actually accepting that you need to make a change. Now, the second thing, identify why you have got yourself in this place in the first place, because there is always a trigger for going backwards in life. We don't perform our best, be our best, and then all of a sudden you start going backwards in life. Firstly, you need to identify why you got yourself in it. It could be you've broken up your girlfriend, it could be you've lost your mates, it could be you've just been fired from a job.
You're fired. Thank you.
But you need to identify why it's happened, really want to minimize this happening again. The third step is to start small. When you're in a rut, it can be very hard to even do simple tasks. So by me sitting here and saying, you need to wake up tomorrow, go to the gym, eat healthy, drink water, don't go on social media, it's not really a good course of action, because for most humans in this world, they're not as disciplined as others are. But I think for most people, it's starting with something small, like actually just cleaning your room or cleaning your house. And I know people are like, oh, that's so cliche, but seriously, start with something small and achieve that and feel good about that. And after, it's like a small win, and it's like you start to feel a bit better about yourself, because when your life is going backwards, it's because you're feeling not good about yourself. Just start with the basics. Clean up. It could be just get out of bed. Like these sorts of things, people make it so complicated, like you need to do this, you need to do that. Start with the small things, and each day keep progressing. So you're starting to feel a bit better about yourself. Then you might say, today I'm gonna start with a healthy breakfast. I'm gonna try and eat my breakfast the best possible. I'm gonna leave the junk food, and I'm gonna have something healthy that's gonna nourish my body, and that's another start. And you see that you start to build confidence with yourself. You start to believe in yourself and go that actually, I can do these tasks, I can be consistent. And this is where the discipline and even your mental toughness gets better and better and better. And over the course of the time, you will find yourself in the gym, you're drinking water, you're staying away from junk food, you're meditating, you're feeling really good about yourself. You're not on social media so much. And these are the small wins you need to build up. In life, it's not always about getting to the end goal as quick as possible. Sometimes it's actually about just building brick by brick. Eventually, you can then get yourself out of this situation and become the person you want to be. The fourth step is to cut out any negativity. And this is so important. And I like to use this phrase. You had 3 apples and 1 moldy apple, and you put them in a group together, all the other apples would become moldy. This is so important. Your environment, the people you are hanging around with, the people you work with is so important, because negativity is contagious. If you are with a girl that is not good for you, she's horrible to you, she doesn't respect you, or your friends are horrible to you, they don't really care about you? Do you think that you're going to be happy in life? Do you think that you're going to be able to progress forward being around people like that? Because I can tell you something, even if you do everything right, but you're hanging around negative, you will not progress in life. It might mean that you might need to move out if it's a parent, or you might need to break up with your girlfriend. You need to just move away and minimize contact, but just minimize the time you're spending with these negative people and try and replace these with positive. Fourth step is to find a purpose. Find a reason to get out of bed. And this could be something small. This could be business, just want to improve yourself. Most times people go backwards in life because they simply don't have a purpose. You know, the average person's going to work and then coming home, watching Netflix all night. They're not working on their dreams and aspirations, and that's what I want you to tell you. Find something that you've always wanted to do. It could be becoming a surfer, it could be going traveling, it could be improving and getting into the best shape of your life. But you need to identify that purpose, and that's your reason to get up in the morning. That's your reason to not fall into negative habits. For me, if I have a goal, if I'm striving towards something, when I want to do negative habits, I go, no, my goals and my dreams are more important to me than eating that pizza, that laying in till 12 o'clock. Finding something that you care about that's bigger than yourself, because unfortunately we live in a day and age now where people don't care about themselves. They don't treat themselves how they should. So for now, you need to find something that you do care about. It could be getting better to rebuild your relationship with your girlfriend or your family. You've got to find something that is ultimately going to drive you to become better. And the fifth step is learning and accepting that life is a journey. Life is full of ups and downs, crossroads. You're gonna get yourself into ruts sometimes, and you just gotta snap yourself out of it as quick as possible. Accept that life's a journey and life is what it is, and not to fight the resistance of life, and not to feel bogged down because you may have lost 2 months. All you can do is get back on it and start progressing forward in life. The more time you sit there and don't forgive yourself, or don't accept that it's normal to have ruts sometimes, you're gonna be way back, because you're never gonna start again. So I hope this has helped you. This is the steps that I followed to really get my life back on track. I'm now progressing in the right direction, and I'm trying to be as consistent as possible, and that's what that matters. I hope you've enjoyed.